Hi anyone, I'm Luppi. We are once again in the in the nether. Not the nether, the end. Duh. The end. Man, where's my head today? So how are you guys doing this week? I'm about the same as usual. I can't complain. I mean, I can, and I probably will. But that doesn't really seem like the wisest option at this point. So how are you guys doing? You guys surviving? Thriving? Doing whatever you need to do? Been a pretty normal week for me, I think. I saw more frogs. I don't know if I told you guys last time that I actually saw some frogs this summer. That was nice. I always enjoy seeing the tree frogs. I know some people don't. They see them as pests or whatever. I definitely enjoy them. They are they're neat little guys. They're cool creatures. So I enjoy seeing them around. It's nice to see them. Last week I discovered that they're hiding, like, they're living in my deck. Like, underneath, like, the post, like, wherever the wood kind of, like, separates, that's kind of where they, like, sneak off to hide. Which is fascinating. It's really neat. But I let my parents' dog out yet last night. Or, yeah, it was last night. Just kind of, playing with them after dark. And I saw a few of them on the door, on the back door. So it's like, you've been here all along. So yeah, got to see some tree frogs. I was wondering because I hadn't seen them all year. And I was kind of like, well, what's going on here, guys? Usually you are all over the place. But yeah, I didn't have to worry at all. They were wherever they needed to be. And so I think the way we're going to do this, I mean, it doesn't really matter, but as long as we kind of just rotate ourselves around, it should be fine. Really? We're not going to pick up a single... We got one. We got two. Alright, I got another one. Dang, if only we had those stretchable arms. If only we had those crab claws or whatever, right? Oh well. This isn't a version of Minecraft that would have benefited from that anyway, so... Can't cry about what you never were going to have, period, right? Oh well. Yeah, hopefully we get a lot of progress done on the old End Island. Like, it's been a neat separate project, but I'm starting to feel like we should get back to our long-standing obligations at some point. Oh no, that's just how I feel. A little bit, just a little bit, not super committed. And then we just gotta get our little walls set up. And this will be our dumb little smaller than average lake. You guys watch anything good lately? I don't think I have. I think it's just been a lot of the usual YouTube slop. Which is unfortunate, because like I feel like every week it gets a little worse. Like, I don't know, I guess on one hand it's free content, right? And it's free content where sometimes the people making it are getting paid. So that money has to come from somewhere. So I understand like the necessity of ads. But at the same time, like I have had situations where I have seen like a 9-hour ad. And it's like, why? They just let some jerk have his entire stream be an ad. They let some company let their entire stream be an ad. Like, that's bullcrap. I hate it. I hate that garbage so much. So yeah, that's my issue with the ads. It's not even also the amount of them. Like, I don't know. If I'm watching a 10-minute video, I don't want to see 14 ads in that 10 minutes. That's ridiculous. And granted, I'm not really super keeping track, so I could be misrepresenting the ad situation on YouTube. But at the same time, like, it is pretty excessively terrible, I would say. And I say this as somebody who is, like, monetized and earning basically nothing from it, which is fine. You know, I'm a niche, small YouTuber. I don't really care. I got one payout of $100. So that's fine. I kind of feel like it's either... I know a lot of it is just people really love City Folk for whatever reason. And like it is an underrated Animal Crossing game. I would love to see... I don't know. I am biased. When it comes to Animal Crossing, I'm biased towards the older games. I'm a huge Animal Forest and like GameCube Animal Crossing, like OG Animal Crossing fan. But that doesn't mean I don't appreciate Wild World or City Folk. I have a lot more love for City Folk because it does what Wild World changed from the original and does it better, I feel. But also, like, I don't know, Wild World was such a jarring... Wild World was such a weird game because it got delayed so many times. I was so excited for it as a kid. It was going to be the flagship, and it was one of the flagship games for the Nintendo DS. Like, even though it was delayed a bunch, like, it was only really delayed, like, what, a year and a half? But that, when you're a kid, that's forever. Because when you're getting your monthly Nintendo Power magazine, and every time it's like, well, it's coming out soon. We've got a little more stuff for you. Here's a new photo of the game. And I guess when we first heard about an Animal Crossing from the Nintendo DS, like before the Nintendo DS came out, like the demos they had were basically just like a Nintendo DS port of the original game, which honestly, I would kill for that. I would love a port of the original Animal Crossing on like every Nintendo system. I don't even care. NES, Super NES, Game Boy Advance, 3DS, Nintendo DS, like I don't care. I wish Nintendo had not the brain power, but the manpower and the perverted will to just re-release all their games constantly, but like for the wrong systems. Like, if you're not going to bother remastering games, then like make demakes. I would love demakes of games. I know it's something Nintendo doesn't really want to devote their time to, and I don't think they see it as something that's worth their time. But I am a Nintendo fan pervert. Like, I'll play what they release. Let me choke and die and feast on nostalgia. Let me get some sort of like brain diabetes from pure nostalgia. I don't know. Like, I'm definitely a particular kind of like Nintendo fan. Like, to the point where it's like, yeah, I am a Nintendo pervert. I have really weird opinions, and it's not like it's not in a sexual way. Don't get me wrong here. It's just like, I'm a sicko, but only specifically in like my opinions about where Nintendo needs to go. It just, they need to keep making games, and they need to keep re-releasing their old games. If you're not gonna re-release the tapes, it's okay if I pirate the old games. I still own a bunch of them, so it's okay. That's what I keep telling myself. And then they do something neat, like they release a Chibi Robo on the Nintendo Online for GameCube or whatever. That's cool. Now that, if we ever have free time again in my life, I would love to play some Chibi Robo. I never actually got the chance. I had a roommate once who owned a copy of the game, and I just never took him up on. I had so many roommates with random, like, rare games, and I never took them up on the opportunity to actually play these games on their native hardware. What an embarrassment. I call myself a Nintendo pervert, and it's like, nah, I'm just a filthy casual with very strong opinions about the stupidest things. Oh, so you mean you're just a fanboy? And it's like, yeah, yes, that is what I am. I was really hoping the water physics would be kind of more like... I feel like later versions of Minecraft, the water physics are a little more kind when it comes to filling in areas, because if they're like touching, they just automatically fill in. Whereas this one, it kind of just does whatever. Or is it the other way around? I feel like older Minecraft is weird with water. Or a lot more weirder with water. But we'll see. Well, I hope we don't spend the entire 2 hours just filling in this pool. That would be a waste. I mean, it needs to get done, but it would be a waste. Should have made it smaller and then kind of expanded. Okay, we gotta crouch because I cannot guarantee that I won't be a little dumb about this. I wish we had more water buckets. I know at a certain point it's kind of a waste, but wouldn't that help a lot? Okay, let's fill in you. Let's fill in you. Yeah, let's see this stuff slowly but surely fill in, right? And then hopefully at some point we'll get rid of the scaffolding as well. And we'll call it goodsies on this. Man, look at them watch me. Some of them weren't though. Some of them were just pointed in whatever direction they wanted to be. But that's fine. This is their world or whatever. Allegedly. Can I not launch myself, please? Okay. Imagine if this is all we did. This is our, like, Legend of Zelda fairy fountain, ding dong fishing pool. What a way to be. Alright, so let me get up here. And then I think what we'll have to do is we're gonna have to erect like pillars and stuff and walls and just hope we don't screw this up somehow. Okay, I did not have a bucket in my hand, so that's why I wasn't doing anything. Fascinating. Truly fascinating. Come on, let me get closer. And then we'll have to make sure we've filled in the stuff as much as possible. This is gonna be terrible. We've spent 20 minutes on this already. Oh my goodness. I mean, to be fair, some of that was just finishing up the wall and the floor, so that's fine. But oh wow. We're gonna be here for a while. We're gonna be here for too long. Oh, water. Water, water everywhere. And yet we don't need to drink. I don't know. I will say that, I'd like to see a game where you, like, play as a robot, and, like, the whole game is you're thirsty and you need to drink, but you get a game over every time you try to, because you're a robot. Like, if you drink water, you fry your circuits. I don't know why that's, like, appealing to me, but it is. That's the right height, right? I don't know if I'm gonna regret doing this, but we're just gonna keep doing our best. Wait, we've got another water bucket. I made a mistake. Oh well. I mean, it doesn't matter if we fall here. This is fine, but I feel like we should establish good habits while we're in the end. Okay, really? Golly. Goodness gracious me. Oh wait, did the other one not empty? What? I don't know. Okay. Oh, and you know what I want to do? I want to do... There we go. Cool. So now we have a little... a little water outcropping. Let's see if we can't get something going here. About... Yeah, that's fine, right? That's close enough. See if we do this, and then... Nope, not what I want. Wrong. Wrong. There we go. That's better. This is gonna look so gross. We're gonna have to do so much work to get this to look nice. Oh my gosh. Oh well. That's what happens when you dream big, right? You gotta do the work to make it work. Is that filled in, or am I just, like, daydreaming? Okay, so that's actually filled in. Okay, and then we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. We still got our 31 pieces of water. Dirt, not water. It's all elements here, right? That is so messed up. Oh, why? Okay. Yeah, that's right. And then... this one? And then don't we actually want one like here? There we go. We finally got a piece of flat water. That's cool. So we're getting there. It's going to be a long, painful process, but we are getting there, kind of. Yeah, we're getting some flat water finally. Cool. What happens if I do that? That doesn't do anything. That doesn't do anything. I really need to be careful though, because I'm going to be really upset if I accidentally fall off while carrying multiple buckets. Okay, so we can kind of see like where the turbulence is. And honestly, if I could just... Oh hey, that kind of fixed that a little bit. What I'd like to do, actually, is see if we can't do this. Do that. Come on. Something about you is not appropriate. And now that one's all messed up. Okay. And now they're all messed up again. Gosh darn it. I mean, that is kind of going to be the way it is, though, isn't it? There is a part of me that's like, what if we just did a little bit of a wall? Yeah. Just a bit of a wall. And then instead of... Okay, wrong thing. Let's get some more water. Oh yeah, how do we get up here? I mean, obviously we're just gonna water our way up, right? That's the point. And then, is that the one we left up on? I hope so. Can't wait to title this video, What Are We Doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? I'm just gonna keep saying that until you laugh. I know nobody's watching this, but that's fine. I can keep going as long as I want, I suppose. Oh, you know what the downfall of this, though, is? Since this isn't a true wall, it's just a spike with a little offshoots, we can't... Maybe it'll be fine. Maybe as long as we do this, it'll be... Maybe as long as we create everything surrounding it, it'll be fine, right? I can daydream. I hope I can daydream. Alright. Yeah, it's been a pretty uneventful week for me, other than like seeing some frogs. Yeah, I can't really say. Oh, I saw something kind of neat and kind of depressing while uploading videos on YouTube. I hit my 5-year YouTube anniversary. How's that for interesting? Okay, tell me that this is actually a spot I can exist in. Golf clap. Okay. I guess that is kind of neat, though, that we can see... If we're in water, we can kind of see where the air bubbles are. So that's fascinating. So let's see... Wait, is that... Hey, cool. Not exactly what I would call... Whatever. You know what? It's fine. This is actually working out kind of better than I thought it would. Look at that. We got one solid streak of whatever so far. That's cool. That might be the way to do it then. Awesome. Okay. That's interesting. Maybe we shouldn't have done it from the walls. Maybe we should have just done it in weird wall streaks. But I guess we'll see. We'll have to see how this stuff plays together. Okay, I didn't really... There we go. And we'll have to see, is this... Okay. Interesting. We're creating some turbulent waters. Pretty fascinating stuff. If only we couldn't drown, right? To be fair, like, that's actually kind of one of the dangers of water in general, is just, like, when there's flow that, like, humans can't escape, that's the bad spot. Like, there's this particular kind of underwater dam that basically creates, like, drowning machines, where it just creates a current you can't escape from at all. It'll just tumble you around underwater. That's kind of horrifying. And apparently there's, like, thousands, if not even more of these things all across the United States, because they were really, really cheap to make back in the 50s and 60s. So, like, communities would just randomly make them. And then they wouldn't keep them up, and now they're kind of just all over, and they may or may not be attached or indirectly within areas that are commonly used for recreation. But that's why we don't need regulations, because it allows us to do stuff like that without having to think about the human cost. Oh boy. That's me. I sure love not thinking about the human cost. Who thinks about stuff like that? Sounds like a communist thing. In any case, I don't know. It always, like, boggles my mind when people use communist to describe stuff they don't like in the United States. Like, I was on the YouTube subreddit for some reason, but just watching, like, random people have issues with YouTube and be like, and those communist YouTube people, and it's like, it's a company. The policies you hate are literally made by capitalists so they can extract more value from everything. Like, fair use is a compromise so that people can make things without companies stealing from them constantly. I don't know. It's a very funny situation, I feel. Because it's just weird when people are like, fair use shouldn't exist, so I can post my review videos of random media that hasn't been relevant for like a million years. But still, the company that owns the rights to it will take down my video, because in general, if you post like a movie or a TV show, like, it's just gonna get copyright struck immediately, and sometimes even removed immediately. And I feel like that's a little more fair than other such uses. I don't know. I guess my thing would be somebody who makes videos frequently gets copyright strikes, you know, or not strikes, but, you know, claims. There we go, claims. My thing would be, I wish YouTube had a better verification system in place, because a lot of the claims I get are by people who don't actually own any rights to, like, I've never been copyright struck or copyright claimed by Nintendo. And like 99% of the videos I create are Nintendo videos. Like, it always kind of boggles my mind when people are like, Nintendo's evil, because, like, they are, but they haven't been that evil for a while. Like, it was like, what, 2015, 2016 when they were doing the YouTube partnership whatevers where you could only upload videos of Nintendo games you played if you were in their partnership. And your channel that had the Nintendo partnership couldn't upload videos of other video games on other consoles and stuff. That was wild. But now we've kind of entered this Wild West area where, like, Nintendo's not really getting involved in stuff. And that kind of opens up people to false claim a lot of their older songs and media. Don't even get me started on, like, the way YouTube's, like, topics channels works, where, like, they will literally just allow somebody who reposts the songs to become a topic channel, so then it automatically claims on behalf of them. I don't know, it's wild. YouTube's ability to, like, determine who owns the rights to stuff and protect the rights of, like, everybody is really shitty. It's really terrible. Like, I don't know, it is... If I were a company protecting my own rights, I wouldn't be mad at all the people, like, uploading videos of my media. I would be really upset at YouTube for just having no, like, real tools to disable people from doing stuff. I don't know. And I say this as someone who doesn't own the rights of the games I play. Like, I get it. I'm also on tenuous ground. And because a lot of the videos I do don't have commentary, I can't claim fair use on them. And I feel like you could barely claim fair use on this because I'm not really, like, reviewing this. I'm not parodying Minecraft. I am just talking while playing Minecraft, which is not really within the scope of fair use, if we're being honest. But I don't know. We live in weird times where content is king, which is kind of cool, I guess. Like, I do love content. But I do think it does say a lot about... I think it says a lot about a lot of things, actually. How we let our addiction to content kind of erode the rights of creators and blur the lines of what a company can and can't do. Or what people can or can't do. Like, it wasn't that long ago where people hated React streamers. And then they're still big because it's easy content to watch, it's easy content to make. And, you know, it is really hard to be entertaining. And granted, a lot of reactors aren't entertaining at all. It's slop. It's low effort slop. What sucks if you're like somebody who actually puts a lot of love or effort into your craft. Because why make a good video when, like, slop videos do better? I don't know. And I say that as somebody who doesn't really put that much effort into my craft. Like, I spend the time to play video games and edit the videos the bare minimum that I need to. But, like, let's not really get ourselves twisted. It's not like I'm, like, speedrunning Minecraft or speedrunning Mario or doing, like, weird challenges or modding the game or making my own game. I'm just a sweaty guy living in my parents' house, playing video games too much instead of going outside. And the only thing I really wish the only things I change about that are, like, I don't want to live in my parents' house forever. That kind of sucks. They kind of, I don't know, they don't dislike it, I don't think. They've never really made it clear that they do or dislike me. But, like, I'd like to have my own place at some point. I don't know. It's just, there's not a lot of space to do your own thing in somebody else's house. So it's kind of nice to have your own space, your own rules, your own schedule. One thing I will say is, like, I don't have the skills to own pets or, like, care for them in a responsible way. Like, I don't drive, so, like, that means, like, vet visits out of the question. And you kind of got to take pets to the vet. They get sick. They get injured. Random things happen, you know? Like, I don't know if it's a joke, but can't like certain dogs' organs get flipped around, like their guts or whatever? I don't know if that's a joke from like a cartoon. That's a joke from The Simpsons, isn't it? I don't know if that's true or not. I assume it can be, because like some dogs are just bred to be like totally messed up. Like my cousin and later my grandparents had a pug that was like allergic to everything. So it had to get its glands cleaned like so many times. So much of the time was just getting its glands cleaned and getting the shots it needed so it wouldn't be like dying all the time. Like it was a very needy animal. And that's not the pug's fault. It's the way it was bred. It's the way. And also it's just bad luck. Like nobody asks to be allergic to like grass or water or sunlight. Like nobody wants that life. But it happens, so you gotta deal with it. I don't know. Like, why aren't we... I don't know, like... I don't understand anti-vaxxers, and I don't understand like, medical professional people. Because I can understand being, like, anti-pharmaceutical companies and, like, even like, drug to a certain extent. But, like, the way people focus their energies, it's always on, like, really easy targets that they can punch down on, as opposed to, like, the actual big targets that are, like, justifiable to, like, punch up at, you know? Like, I don't think anybody would shed tears if you... like, nobody's shedding tears if pharmaceutical execs are going to jail or being beaten up in the streets. I don't think. But, it is an issue if we're going to be aggressive against doctors, I feel. Huh. Weird. Okay. And we are... I don't know, it's just kind of ridiculous to see society get so reactionary, I guess, as well. And I guess, like, thinking about it, like, those undercurrents have always been there. Like, we are very egotistical creatures, us humans. And that ego allows a lot of cool things. Like, you know, it allows us to say, no, I'm not going to deal with extreme heat, so I'm going to build an air conditioner. Or I'm going to defy nature and live in a place that rains 90% of the time. Or I'm going to defy nature, and despite having no fur on my body, I'm going to live in freaking, like, the north. You know, that's amazing. That's kind of cool. At the same time, when people are like, I know better than everybody else, and I'm never going to change my mind, and I'm going to allow potentially myself or others to die for my own virtues or my stated values, then I don't know, that's a little wild. I'm not okay with dying for somebody else's values. And that's a value judgment on my part. I'm not okay with being extinguished for somebody else's gain. Okay, that was a waste. I mean, we're getting somewhere. It's not entirely full yet. And also, like, all of this is pretty gross. I wonder if we put lily pads on it, would that fix it? If we snag some lily pads? I don't know. Like, it might change things up. So I guess once we get rid of all the air spaces, we may try doing that. So we'll see. We'll have to see. I'm excited. I don't know, I feel like water in Minecraft is always such a weird thing to deal with. So I'm really impressed by people who manage to make these big builds with it that have it very nice, because I struggle to get it looking nice. At the same time, this is definitely some N64 water whatever, so that's fine. Very in line with the themes of what we're doing here, I guess. Okay, so that is... Where'd that block of dirt go? Did I grab it? Did it get flown away? I don't see it. So that's 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Okay, we got it. Okay. As long as we manage to grab it somehow, I don't care. It's fine. Should be at 25. Yeah, there we go. And then I would like to build a fence around this whole area as well. Just because I don't want to fall off. Oh, you know, that's something we could do now, actually. Isn't it? Let's see, we've got not that much stone left. Do we have a lot of fencing left? We got a bit of fencing. I feel like we'd use the wood fencing just because. Let's see about making more wood fencing real quick. Nope, that's gates. I don't need gates. We don't need gates. We don't need gates where we're going. I mean, maybe. It's possible we could use them for something. Okay, so we got a little bit of stone left. Let's see if that... So, do we go like that and extend the top there? Or do we do dirt around it? It's fine. Yeah, I'm crouched. Okay. It's fine. It is what it is. Then we ruin the profile so we can just have one continuous line of... Gosh darn it. Why would you do this to me, Stone? Just interruptions upon interruptions. Oh, we're not gonna have enough stone. We're not gonna have enough stone. We ran out of stone again. How could this happen? I mean, didn't we fall into the abyss and and lose like 2 stacks? Oh well. That's life. I don't know if that's ideal. But I guess we'll see. We will see. And we'll start our gate. Do we also have torches? I'd like to see if we have torches. And it's quiet again. It only took, what? Less than an hour for us to run out of music? Okay. Oh, hey, we got more torches. Hooray! There we go. We're restarting with some good old Bowser boss theme. Hooray! Watch us build a fence. Okay. Yeah, that's how it should be, I guess. I mean, I feel like wood on stone isn't really the best look, but I'm not gonna waste more stone to make the stone ones right now. Maybe someday. And also, I would... Okay, so that's basically where that runs out, pretty much, I would say. Okay. Cool. So what we're gonna do is grab our torches. Place them wherever we need them. Fine if they're a bit too close, because we could always use a little more light in these weird dark realms. There we go. Okay. And that is a lot of our torches. But it's fine. And that's a little more lightly lit up. Cool, cool. And now we have less than one stack of torches. Hooray. I suppose we should put our spare material away. Or we can continue gating up. Or not gating, but is this the wall? Yeah, that's the wall. Okay. Might as well use the rest of our fence there. Since it's not like we can build anything here. But we might as well. The real question is, do we let the fence be there, or do we... Oh, that is a question. I haven't decided. I don't know if I like that or not. Yeah, we'll have to make a choice at some point, I guess. Cool, cool. Uneven fence torches. Not for the win, but, you know, whatever. We do have... But those are all of the things we have there. Okay, gotcha, gotcha. We do have more bread, though. We got a lot more wood, so that's good. We may need more. All right, back to our aquatic progress. I can't wait to go to the overworld to get lily pads and then find out they don't do squat. That would be funny. Don't tell me we have to be up here. Okay, that didn't do anything. Anyways, gotcha. I'm guessing that's not gonna do anything anyways. Oh, it did. Okay, cool, cool. Maybe I need to learn to be a little less negative. A little less of a Debbie Downer. There we go. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. See, there's no air bubbles on this whole side. So it's really just the surface tension at this point. Look at us be carried randomly. Look at us struggle. Okay. It seems like a good enough spot as any. Can Can I pretend that's gonna work? Okay, we need... As we slowly make this place a little more safer. As we slowly add all the amenities of home to this unfortunate zone of unending nightmares. It is what it is. And I still feel like this island is actually a bit too small, if we're being honest. Might want to extend this even more. I don't know. I actually really don't appreciate just how big this lake is. And honestly, it might be cool to extend this front portion so it lines up with this. That could be a thing we do. Oh, and there goes the dog. Someone's home. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm recording this in the middle of the day again. I was really tired tonight. I don't know, I've been really tired lately when I usually record, so I don't know, I guess my internal battery flipped. It does that sometimes. Which I guess I prefer that more than the like days or weeks where I just have no energy at all. Like I'll have times where I just am fatigued. Like for no reason. Just you lose all energy for like hours or even days at a time or weeks. Like I had it really bad one week. Like what was it? 2022? Where like for a week and a half I had no energy at all. And I mean like even like lifting my arms around was hard. Like it was just painful to be doing, not like painful like owie owie, but like it was a struggle to do anything. And there's a part of me that's like, well, you know, you should have seen a doctor about that. And it's like, yeah, I never did. And eventually it went away, so I'm not gonna think about it ever again. Other than all the times I think about it to like fuel my hypochondria, you know. Because that's what normal people do. That's what a reasonable person would do. Ignore a problem other than when they can use it to like make themselves worse. Heck yeah. That's what it's all about. And if you can't buff yourself, you might as well nerf yourself really hard. That's really gross. Really gross. Hey, we're making progress on this aquatic thing. And hopefully the lily pads, or maybe even a boat, does help this out. That'd be nice. If not, we're just gonna have to keep donking around with it as we go. I don't really want to spend another entire 2 hours dealing with this. So we might just have like a really awkward artificial lake. On one hand, that's not too bad. You know, it's something. I don't like it. I like the still waters. I like the calm, clear, still waters. But you know, oh well. It is what it is in Minecraft. So what can we do? Okay. The real question is that... Oh, that did help a little bit. Cool. It didn't anymore, but you know, it did at one point. So that's beautiful. Yeah, I don't know what causes the water to do that. What causes it to stop? I heard a guy. Oh, I assume there's one close by. It's always really hard. Oh, they're below me on the scaffolding, aren't they? Okay. You know what? Fair, valid, whatever. Have your have your scaffolding for now. Demon. I'll be back to take that from you at some point. Whenever we're done. Okay. So honestly, at this point, that's what we do. Come on. There we go. Wait, where's my... Oh, it went all the way over there. Okay. Alrighty, so we're almost done with the easier part of it all, I guess. I don't know. I guess it remains to be seen if any of this is easy or hard. One thing I will say is I keep getting ads for that game, what's it called? The AI game, Inzoe. There we go. Has anybody played that? Anybody know if it's like actually okay or if it's just like barely playable, whatever. I don't know, it's not really the kind of game I'm interested in. Like, I like fantasy worlds, but I'm not really into having a fake real world, I guess. I don't know. Like, if there was a MMO that basically took place on Earth and had like, I don't know, and like had Death Note rules, like let's say there was like some sort of multiplayer game where you basically were in an actual city where you could enter like every building. And I know that's really difficult, like outright impossible, maybe. But if there were a game like that, and like one or a few people had the power to like end players' lives with like their mind or with a button press, and everybody else was trying to figure out who they were, I think that'd be really cool, actually. I'd be really interested in that. I think there are a lot of Death Note-esque ideas that are really cool. Which is why it's unfortunate that, like, Death Note is what it is in many ways. Like, hey, you. How do you feel? I don't have a sword. Boom. Hopefully it's gone forever. I'm gonna feel really dumb when he comes back to end my life. Okay. Hey, I think he's gone forever. Into the void he went. I'm gonna feel really scared though if we get jump scared by like a random scream later and just start getting destroyed. At least at this point, the island's big enough where we won't lose our stuff to the void, if that does happen. So I can appreciate that. I hear a guy again. But I don't see a guy. Okay. Bit by bit. And then we fill in that little area. And then we work to fill in this area. And then we finally have filled in our dumb little lake. And we spent the entire time we had available to us this week to do that. Hooray. What a project. One thing I did do is I was watching videos from a YouTuber I used to watch a bunch as a younger person. It's called Greasy Tales. It used to be called Sexual Lobster back in the day. And like their content is very, very bizarre. But they do have a few things mixed in that are like more palatable to like mixed company. So I don't know, like go into it with I don't know how to describe it. Go into it like if you want to go into it with an attitude of like this is gonna get weird. And that's okay. It's okay if things get weird. Like I don't know, like it was a channel that started not even on YouTube, but definitely became a very YouTube-centric channel. And then, I don't know, they've just kind of grown with the internet. I've always been a big fan. They do like music videos and like a lot of animation. A lot of it is kind of like biting the hand humor of like the kinds of people who exist on the internet and in society in general. Like it's very much comedy that kind of laughs at and is also very much like a love letter to the weirdos of the world. So yeah, I don't know. One of my favorite videos they have is called Wrong Number. It tickles my funny bone. It's definitely one I go back to every once in a while. Yeah, I was watching those kinds of videos, well, editing other kinds of videos lately. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do, but it's something that got done. Nope, not what I want. I wanted the carrots. I want to eat carrots. Okay. Also, my nose is itching really bad. Like, itch right under it. Like, I just gotta rub right under my nose. I wish I could. I don't have a free hand. So I guess we'll see if it gets torturous or if it goes away. It's kind of going away. That's good. Same time, it's still kind of like very unpleasant. So I don't know. I hate it when like you just get those weird like tickles that don't go away. Or like one thing I experience because like I go through long periods of where I don't like exercise at all, and then I'll suddenly have a period where like it's not really exercise, but like I have to do like intensive like work or whatever. And, like what I hate is when like specific muscles just ache immediately when you start moving them in a way they haven't been moved in a while. Every time I get a new retail job, that's what happens whenever I have to do like facing stuff. Like it's just the muscles you need to like move your arm in that robotic way for like an hour or 2 or 3 or 4. Like they don't get used when you're just like gaming or walking or sitting around. But the moment you have to use them in that very specific, very robotic way, I hate it. I hate that like tightness and burning in my like shoulder blades. But eventually it goes away and you're like, yeah, I'm back to being a cog in the machine. Golf clap. Hope that won't have consequences in the future. I hope the main takeaway of everything I say about like working in retail or working like the garbage jobs is just don't. Work really hard so you don't have to end up in that kind of position. Like I'm not saying like they're not decent jobs. Like there are definitely people who like enjoy them. Like I kind of enjoy parts of retail. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of one of the reasons I keep going back to it. Other than the fact that they're always hiring and rarely firing if you show up and don't create problems. I don't know, sometimes it's hard not to create problems because, like, you know, sometimes your manager is going to be a ding-dong. And is going to completely ignore what you said you needed in terms of scheduling. Or is going to I don't know. Like, I get it. I definitely do. But at the same time, if I'm getting hired and I specifically say, like, I can't work full-time, and then they make me a part-time person, and then they schedule me full-time hours, like, that's awful. That sucks. And the flip side is also awful. If you say you can work full-time, you need full-time, and they say, yeah, we can schedule you full-time, and then they never do, that also really sucks. Like, that is... It's a betrayal of communication, it's a betrayal of trust, and it's just not respecting another person's time, really. And I understand why things happen like that, because, you know, you gotta fill up, you gotta do what you gotta do to get things done. But, I don't know. All I know is working in retail has definitely made me feel very strongly that regardless of how you feel about your managers or your bosses, you should just hate them on principle. I feel like society would improve if we just started hating our bosses on principle. I know that's a very strong thing to say, and not like strong in like we're tough, but just a very bold out there statement. I'm too high, aren't I? I'm too high. Or no, that was right. That was right. Yeah. That's right. I don't know. I feel like I have a lot of dumb opinions like that, and it's one of those things where you could say it to the right people and they'll take it in a way where they'll just use it as a tool, so when choices are made that work against them, they don't take it too personally, but also they don't let management walk all over them. But there are definitely people who would hear that and be like, yeah, and that's why I gotta blow up my manager's car. And it's like, no, not like that. I'm sure there are bosses who deserve that, but please don't. Let's not start the troubles over some bad scheduling. I don't know, who's the worst kind of boss you've ever had? Any of you guys work? I don't know. In general, I guess I'm kind of lucky that the worst bosses I've had were either just like really bad about scheduling or like were just very worthless as opposed to like being like racist or... Oh, I did have some that asked me to do illegal stuff, so I guess that's pretty bad too. But if you don't do it, is it really... if you don't do it and don't get punished for it, like is it really that bad? Is the guy who looks like Rasputin who's asking you to profile people and get them into massive credit card debt for profit, is that really a bad thing? I mean, it is. It is. Looking like Rasputin and ruining people's lives are both bad things. Don't look like Rasputin. Get your sleep. Respect your life. Shave your face. Like, I'm not against facial hair. I'm a little salty that I can't grow it worth a darn. But like if other people have it, that's fine. It's just like there's a difference between like I'm doing my own thing and like I literally look like the Mad Monk, you know? There's a difference there. And maybe some people, no matter what, they're just gonna have the crazy eyes, they're gonna have the they're just gonna have all the features necessary to look like Rasputin. And you can't really get too upset about them for that. That's just how they are. I don't know. That's kind of an unhinged thing to say. Some people are just gonna look like Rasputin and you're gonna have to deal with it. I mean, that's true though. That is very true. Some people are just gonna look ways that you don't like. And that's okay. It's kind of gross and childish to be like, yeah, and I just don't like this hairstyle or this or that, like openly. It's okay to have it privately. We all have our preferences, we all have our biases. But, I don't know. Just be aware that you can hurt people's feelings by saying things. I say, saying things without thinking and hurting people's feelings while playing Minecraft. It's almost like we live in a society, and we don't really respect that fact. I know I don't. What do you mean I'm not in this game by myself? What do you mean my actions have consequences, brothers? What is that? Can I? Nice. I don't think that changed anything up top side, but it changed something for me down here. That's cool. Alright, we still have one more thing of water. That's cool. So we got a few more whatevers. Let's see what we can do here. At this point, though, the real question today is, what am I gonna have for lunch? I'm not super hungry. I just ate. I had beefaroni for breakfast. That's so gross. Oh, man. But I woke up late, so I was like, I don't want to eat cereal or something with dairy in it and end up like all logy and like struggling with frogs in my throat all morning, all day. But at the same time, I don't really want to make something like pancakes. So yeah, I mean, I just boiled up some beefaroni and ate that. Wasn't too bad. I probably wouldn't recommend for breakfast food, but you know, it was fine. I love beefaroni. It's not the San Francisco treat, but it's something. I don't think I've ever had rice-a-roni though. Like I eat a lot of the Knorr rice sides, but I don't think that's exactly the same thing, technically. And sometimes technically something being the thing is all that really matters, right? Okay, so let's fill in a few more areas. Have we reached the point where we're just doing the random one-offs at this point? Cool. And then, can I do that? And then, oh hey, did that also... That did. It did fix our little problem. Cool. And apparently, okay, we got one more over here. Perfect. I say, not being happy with the way the currents are on this lake, but it's a violent artificial lake. It's a dangerous artificial lake. We did it. We laked it up. Cool. And now I don't really want to... I mean, we still don't have any experience, so we could just put everything in our chest. Let's see, we have a lot of dirt, we have a lot of wood, we have no stone anymore. Oh, we do have a stack. We have barely a stack of stone. Okay. That's something to work with. Okay. And that is our island so far. Cool. I see you. I see you, dingus. Into the void. As I take damage, you died. I fell out of the world. And then what did we need? We needed lily pads. Allegedly. I don't have any. Why? I have TNT though. I don't think that's gonna help. Gravel and sand might be nice though. Maybe. I guess we'll see if we have more gravel and we'll see if we have more... Let us find lily pads, please. Oh, hey, we got a lot of gravel. Nice. Look at that. But I'm not seeing lily pads. Are they in our plant area? Yeah, they are. Okay. Cool, cool. And then we don't have any more stone. We do have stone steps, though, which is interesting. We got a lot of gravel. And a lot of birched wool. Huh. Okay. Wow. Oh, we got a stone pickaxe. Cool, cool. I don't know where we're gonna mine, but I'd like to get some more. A little bit more of the stone. If you'd indulge me a little bit. I would like to get some more stone, actually. I'm still sad this doesn't work anymore. On one hand, I am glad that the glitch kind of cleared itself up, but on the other hand, I kind of like when things are just kind of going awry for no real understandable reason. It is kind of an interesting thing. Because, yeah, we grabbed our lily pads. Okay, that's neat. Well, interesting. I guess I don't really want to dig there, do I? Who wants to play party to gravel? I just want a few stacks of cobblestone. I don't need it to be too much cobblestone. It can be just a few stacks. Just enough to get us through. We don't have to worry about things anymore. We are finding a lot of iron, though. That's good. Iron. Iron. I actually don't know how to pronounce that anymore. I've kind of just... I don't know. How does English work? Okay. Ironing board. Irony. I don't know. Makes no sense to me anymore. Hip hop dippity dop. I cannot touch anything from where I was. Okay. I also wonder when we're gonna get more episodes of The Amazing Digital Circus. I know the new one just came out, but I need more. I know at this point there's only like what, 3 more episodes? But still, I just want, let's just run to the end. I know they're working on them very hard. So we can't complain too much. We'll get what we get, and we'll be happy when we get what we get. Yeah, my feelings on the subject on this point are if we can get like 4 stacks or whatever, 5 stacks, I feel like that's fine. Might be a bit much, but what are we gonna do about it, Cry? We're gonna have to figure out what we're going to do with everything we mined out, though. We are going to have to figure out, like, what are we actually doing here? Are we just gonna leave it and let this just be this weird structure right next to our base, or are we going to actually do something with it? In a way that's somewhat reasonable. It's so hard to be reasonable though, if I'm being honest. And what's even the point? If nobody else is gonna be reasonable, why should I be reasonable? Oh, look at that. Yeah, when it comes to the digital circus, is anyone expecting anyone to abstract soon? I don't know, it's interesting reading the theories people have. Like, people are really looking into everything really, really close. That's kind of fascinating. It's always fascinating what a fandom will do when starved for content. Some will just, like, completely lose the plot. Some will consume the media to absurd proportions. Like, it's always fascinating what people do. What media will push people to, like, do to satisfy, like, their need to have the mystery, like, revealed or solved. I always think that's kind of cool. We're almost there. We've got what? Almost a full stack? Okay. Yeah, I hear you. But you see, that's the thing, buddy. I don't actually care. And I don't have to care. I'm on the surface. I'm above ground. For the most part. We're just gonna keep mining a little bit until either the axe breaks or we get our next stack. Very close. It could go either way. Alright. It almost went our way. Very close. Very nice. Okay. So let us navigate. Let's actually get a good view of what we've done here, though. Yeah, we are turning this into a very unpleasant place to be, if I'm being honest. If I'm allowed to be a little honest, this is not looking so hot. Oh well. At least this flat and nice orchard we have it'll be fine, right? Hey, there's vines everywhere. Cool, cool. That's what it's really all about. A little easier navigation. And then that's our cue. That's our tell. That's our path. Moo. Moo. I wish I could find cows in the other Minecraft I'm playing, in the camping Minecraft, the Bigfoot Minecraft. The lack of cows is starting to frustrate me. I just want them for their leather. Is that so wrong? Is that so hard? To just demand... Oh, hey, you're down there. Cool, cool. We have everything we need, right? I suppose we should have grabbed food, but that's fine. There's only so much food we need anyways, right? Okay, let's just get to the other island and then get to our island and then put some of this stone away so we don't lose it when we accidentally fall off and finish some things up, see if the come on. Here we are. It's quiet again. Too quiet. The only sound are my footsteps. And my voice, I guess. That's technically a sound. Okay, let's be mindful of what we said we'd do, and then I guess let's also be... Grab carrots, please. Carrots, 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 carrots. Where are my carrots? Okay. It would be nice if all this water flattened itself out, though, on its own. That'd be nice. Oh yeah, didn't we discover that that doesn't actually change anything? But it does tell us where the water isn't really, like, water. Doesn't it? And that is really cool, I guess. Huh. Okay, so that didn't want to happen. Yeah, that's fascinating. What a useful tool. And I wonder, can I actually do this? And now can I? Yeah, okay. That's gonna be painstaking work, but and now it doesn't work. Okay. But we can place that there. So that's a thing. And that's interesting. And that piece is flat, so that's really weird. I mean, that was the wrong thing to do. Completely. But that now allows that to work. So that's interesting. Yeah, I don't really understand the whole... Oops, wrong thing. Okay, so that's... Okay. So this spot needs... Maybe we'll grab our buckets then, I guess. Okay. Whatever. We don't need the flint. What a fascinating thing. Oh, that's right. We got rid of our little pond because we didn't need it anymore because I'm a ding-dong. Okay, I gotcha. I was just so satisfied and so happy with filling in the whole thing. I didn't really care about the surface whatevers. Gotcha. Okay. And does that fix anything? It does. I stand here. Nope. But what if I... And now that I made that one funky. Okay. And what if we... I don't want to run back and forth for like half an hour. So we're just kind of messing around with this a little bit. We'll probably mess around with it a little bit going onwards maybe, I don't know. I'd rather not, if we're being honest. Okay. So that's back to how it was. And can we get... So we can't get them... Oh. Weird. That is really weird. Because they were fine, and then they're not fine. Okay. Okay, so I don't even know what's happening. Why? That's really weird. That is very weird, I feel. That's very strange. If there's something I'm missing, feel free to tell me. This is definitely a situation where I would appreciate some backseat gaming. Usually I don't like it, but when I actually don't know and I do need an answer, or would it be better to do like that? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the worst case scenario is we fill in we block it off, and then we start filling in the entire thing with like gravel, so it's just one thing deep, and then we just slowly dig down. Oh, I know what that is. Something fell. Hope the cat isn't in my room. That'd be bad. I mean, it's only 2 hours, so it's fine. It's only been an hour and 40 minutes or so. An hour and a half, whatever. So yeah, it won't be next time we donk around with this, probably. Why are you still swimming? These currents. This is not a safe pond for children. And not by any stretch of the imagination. Okay. So we are learning at this point, and that's good. It's always good to learn. Learning is important. And then how much fencing do we have left? We have 11 pieces. We need more than that, I would say. So let's get some more sticks made. And then let's get some more wood set up. Get more fencing. I know we don't have that many torches either, so we are going to have to deal with that at some point. Not what I want. Not what I want. Yeah, let's make a bunch of tools. While we're here, let's make a bunch of tools. I feel like that's fine, right? 2 stacks is probably more than we need. Cool. And torches. We've almost got a full stack of them. Okay, that's not too bad. We'll gather more up whenever. Swimming. I love to do my swimming. I'm standing. Okay, cool. As long as we're doing this the right way, I don't really care how much cobblestone we waste anymore. At this point, it's like, well, we're just gonna end up mining the overworld anyways, right? Deplete all its resources. You know what? It's dumb, and I don't like it. We'll do it anyways. Heck yeah. Okay. And then honestly, like maybe do that. Do that. Then we can fill in the rest with dirt. Let's see how much more dirt we got. And we're gonna have to probably dig up a lot more dirt at some point as well, as I am fiddling around with how much of this stuff I want. And that's fine. We'll make this island as big as we need it to be. I do think, now that we've got the fencing up, like, honestly, as long as we just extended this part a bit more, I think it would be fine. I think that would be fine. Like, it's big enough for us to do stuff. Definitely. Yeah, it's big enough for us to do stuff. Come on. Let me reach that little bit. Can I? I cannot. Okay, whatever. Whatever, it's fine. Alright, and then we'll just keep extending. Maybe kind of like that, kind of taper it a bit. Is that okay? Is that gonna look fine? I hope so. I hope it looks okay. Kind of break my heart if it doesn't. Then there we go. We're almost there. Oh man, though. This has been a project. Oh wow, we used up all our dirt. Okay. Well, that definitely makes it a little less of a thing, right? I guess let's add our fencing around here so we don't have to worry about falling off the the pool edge. Then we'll torch it up so we don't have to worry about unwanted guests. That's something you should always be concerned about a little bit. There we go. Here we are. And there's a part of me that wants to like kind of just continue it like that a little bit. But also I kind of don't, because it's just gonna eat up our land. Only got so much we can only got so much space we can give up. That's fair. Let's go down here towards our... Hey! I filled you in. Gosh darn it. This whole thing's gonna be a pain in the butt, isn't it? It's just gonna fight me the entire way. It's demanding I do it a specific way. It's saying, like, you gotta... You gotta fill it up and then... man. Why can't things ever go the way I want them to? Why does it always gotta fight me? Why does game always gotta say I'm bad at game? Never game's bad at game. Okay. We are reaching a point though. We are reaching a near end point though, so that's cool, I guess. Let's see if we got more dirt, and then maybe we'll call it there, or maybe we'll go down and see if we can add more stone to the bottom. I don't know. I guess we'll see what we can do. Yeah, we have run out of dirt at this point, though. I mean, we'll have some when we're done, but we've definitely run a lot lower than we need to finish up this project. Unfortunate. Really? Come on. And there we go. We have reached what we needed to do the things we need to do. So now one side of this is safe, allegedly. Ignore the very dangerous, not childproof pool, oversized pool. And then also ignore Cool. I appreciate that, Torch. I was not expecting you to jump into my hands at all. So what I'd like to do is cool. And then we're going to extend this island a little bit more, I think. Just a little bit. Increase its size, because this is probably where we're going to build a house, so I feel like it's got to be big enough to accommodate a decent-sized cabin, I would say. Come on. And we'll just keep building around here for a little bit until we can kind of surround this entire side with stuff. And then we will call it a day, I would say. We've reached that point. I don't think we're gonna go underneath. I don't think anything good can come of it, if we're being honest. And hopefully we can put our stone to good use. And that's all the dirt we had, right? Okay. Still crouched. Cool. And then I'd like to extend this even more, We can. Heck yeah. Bit by bit, right? It's just a lot of bit by bits. Whatever we need to do, that's what we're going to do. Okay. And I can't wait until we've made the entire thing very safe for us to just be on. And that's all the dirt, right? That is all the dirt. We grabbed it all. Cool. So we are going to have to square away with how weird it looks now, I guess. I mean, I feel like once we get the underside dealt with and kind of unify the whole thing, it'll be fine. But it definitely no longer, I don't know, once we extend and unify and start actually like building stuff on here, once we have some trees and a house, I'm sure it'll look normal. I'm sure it'll look fine. Like, definitely the pool looks a little funky. We might have to connect that with some dirt around it. And maybe have some stone connecting. I don't know. We'll have to figure out some stuff. Although, honestly, there is a part of me that's like, if we weren't so close to the edge, what I would like to do would be to, move everything. Nope, not what I wanted to do with you. Come on. There we go. That's what I wanted. That's how it should be. You may be a crafting table, but you're also a mystery block. So you should be right above my head. That's the Mario way. Yeah, we've got too much stuff to, We've got too much stuff to just break open the chest and grab everything. So what we're going to do is we're going to make some more chests. There we go. And then we're going to move stuff. I think here would be fine for now. Not ideal. And then we'll move things however we need to. I guess we'll start with the wood stuff, and then we will grab plant stuff, and then we will grab the stone stuff. If that's fair and sensible. Huh, that's weird. Okay, whatever. I don't care anymore. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay. And then probably fill in this with, I don't care, the food stuff, the plant stuff, the whatever stuff. The wood stuff. We can kind of have an idea of how much we've got. The tool stuff. And then we'll grab everything else. Maybe get rid of those chests at that point. Heck yeah. We also have sand, so we didn't really need to grab the gravel, so that's good. The sand won't turn into flint as we break it down too, so that's also pretty cool. I mean, gravel rarely does that, but it does that enough where eventually you end up with less than you had. And that's all the random stone and whatever. Cool. And we do have a lot of that stuff, so that's neat. I forgot we had coal. And I need you. And I don't know if we're ever going to... Okay. Can't be next to each other for whatever reason. Okay. So, we've made some progress. We're going to need a bunch of dirt. We're going to extend this part of the island a little bit more, just so that we have... I feel like I have enough space to actually build a decent house. And then once we've got our house, we're probably going to... We're going to need a spot to build a basic farm. And we're going to want some trees, I think. I definitely do believe, though, at this point, that I made this too big. I made this too big. Oh well, it is what it is, right? We'll deal with the waterway, not next time, but whenever we have time, whenever we've got everything else squared away, we'll finish with that. And this has been us. And our end island. It's definitely come a long way. We've definitely done a lot of work on it. And it definitely requires a lot of... a different perspective in order to get the full picture. Look at all that chorus fruit. Only eating it didn't teleport us around, right? Wow, that is actually a lot of it. Holy crap. I suppose I shouldn't be cutting these down willy-nilly, but it's fine. Let us get a better view of our dumb little island. Oh boy, look at us go. Hopefully this was okay for you guys. I know we literally spent over an hour dealing with water, which is kind of sucky. But we've also spent some time making the whole thing a little safer. And we will be extending the island a little bit more, so we're still going to have to spend a fair amount of time gathering dirt, adding stone to the bottom. But hopefully this final extension will be the last of it. I think it will be. I think it has to be at this point. We're getting kind of to the point where if we extend this too much, we're basically just a part of the mainland of this island, you know? We used to be so far, and now we're a little too close. So I'll leave you guys there. Thank you for watching. Hopefully next time we make a lot more progress. And hopefully soon we're done with this End Island project. It's taking a little longer than I thought it would. I don't know, it's definitely taking longer because like I wasn't originally planning to have a pool. I was just originally planning to have a little island I could build a little cabin on and have some trees and stuff and pretend this was a place I'd actually want to live. But we're actually turning it into a place we'd actually want to live, so that's neat. That's cool. I guess we gotta do whatever we gotta do to be comfy in these strange, uncomfy times. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.